And we've noted the story here throughout the night. A couple of cars with engine troubles here in practice. The 35L of Cody Ledger, the 14 of Jody Rosenboom, they will not make the call. Set to go green here in turn number 4. Mike K sets the pace in 7K. John Clabundi next to him as we go green here in turn number 4. First of 3 heat races for the Property Solutions of America Midwest Sprint Touring Series. The yellow light's going to come on around the Off Road Speedway. It looked cool, yes. They're saying in the booth next to me, that looked like a cool start, but that was not a proper start. 4 wide. Race director for the Property Solutions of America Midwest Sprint Touring Series, Jared Nitro, telling the drivers over the receiver communication system, one-way radio to the drivers, we got to have a better start than that, and 7K Mike K need to set a little quicker pace there in turn 4. So we'll try again here in the 4th turn. 8 laps on the board. Again, 2 scratches out of this heat races. Team still working to get those cars ready for the main here tonight as we come to the green for heat race number 1. K spins the tires from the pole position. Clabundi into the lead, but he's got pressure immediately from the 53 of Dover. Clabundi up in turn number 2. Here comes Dover to his inside. There goes Dover to the race lead. Slides up the racetrack. Clabundi trying to get some grip and come back after him, but Jack Dover leads lap number 1. 1 lap in, 7 laps to go, our first heat race of the night. Clabundi runs in that 2nd spot. Jason Martin runs 3rd, and Mike K in position number 4. 96-degree temperature here today in the Norfolk area. Wind strong at 20 miles an hour. You know what that's going to do to a racing surface. You know you're going to have to work the throttles here tonight, and that is exactly what Dover is doing as your race leader. Now the battle for the 2nd spot starting to heat up. Clabundi has it in 77, but here comes the 82 of Jason Martin after him. Martin needs to make that pass. Every pass counts in the MSTS format with passing and finishing points, but Clabundi, strong on the high side of the speedway, continues to run in position number 2. Here's that battle for 2nd off of turn number 4. Martin's got the move to the inside. Clabundi, hold it. Slide job in turn number 1, right up across the nose wing of the 77, and now move the 82 of Jason Martin up to position number 2. Clabundi now runs 3rd. Mike K continuing to round out the 4-car field here. That made the start in heat race number 1 as Jack Dover, well, he gone. 3.9 second lead for the gas man as he'll come to the white flag. Final lap of this heat race is underway. The 53 continuing to lead the gap. 3.9 seconds back to Jason Martin. You can tune in for the entire night by going to MidwestSprint.tv as the 53 of Jack Dover picks up the win. Jack Dover going to pick up the win in car 53 in heat race number 1. The 82 going in 2nd of Jason Martin. John Clabundi 3rd in 77. Mike K finishes 4th in car 7K. Lincoln Drewis, Trent Roth in row number 1. Chuck McGilvery, Eric Lutz in row 2. Monty Ferreira, Jeff Pendergast in row 3. We come to the start. Heat 2 of 3. Property Solutions of America Midwest Sprint Touring Series action continues right now here at Off Road Speedway. Trent Roth out to the race lead. Here comes the 5 of Eric Lutz to the inside of Lincoln Drewis as the 45 of Monty Ferreira gains the 4th spot by the 101 of McGilvery. Side by side for that 2nd spot. Drewis hanging tough on the top, but Eric Lutz has the spot as they come off turn 4. Now your race leader, the 14T of Trent Roth, has a 1.1 second lead on the 5 of Lutz. We'll see what he can do with that. As Roth gets sideways, here's the battle for 3rd. The 45 of Ferreira to the inside of Drewis. They nearly touch tires as they come off 4. Drewis holds on to 3rd. Now Ferreira to the bottom. Slider cannot get there. Lincoln Drewis hanging tough on the top side in that number 10 machine. The 14T of Roth continues to lead as the groove works way up on the corners here at the Off Road Speedway. In fact, I believe you can start to see the wind to catch these cars in turns 3 and 4 as Roth makes his way through the corner. Watching him and several of the others, right when they get to the apex, you can see where the car turns and the wind catches the wings and is pushing them all the way up to the top out by the wall here in turn number 4. kind of wild here with still 25-mile-an-hour winds here tonight. Roth, though, setting a blistering pace. That battle for third coming back at it. Drew us over the cushion. Monty Ferreira capitalizes and moved the 45 machine up to position number 3 as the lap's starting to wind down on this one. The 14T of Roth going to make his way into some traffic here, potentially. 2 laps to go on this one. His lead, 2.1 seconds over the 5 of Eric Lutz. So Roth into traffic as he'll move into turn 3. He'll have to go away from the cushion. Slides up and he's going to grab that moisture off of turn number 4. He'll come to the white flag. 1 lap to go in heat 2. So final call if you're watching on Facebook to head over to MidwestSprint.tv. Get dialed in for the action here at the Off Road Speedway. Trent Roth over the cushion. He'll come to the checkered and holds on in the 14T as your winner. Lutz going to cross the line in second. Third to the 45 of Monty Ferreira. Fourth to the 10 of Lincoln Druis. And the 101 of Chuck McGilvery going to round out the top 5. 14T, Trent Roth picks up the win. The 5 of Eric Lutz second. Monty Ferreira third in the 45. The 10 of Lincoln Druis was fourth. Chuck McGilvery fifth in 101. And the 29 of Jeff Pendergast crossed the line in sixth. Dylan Updahl, former Rookie of the Year with MSTS, setting the pace. Rick Hansen next to him. Row 2, the 13V, Seth Bramer. Out of Wisner, Nebraska, Ryan Bickett outside of him. Out of Ramona, South Dakota, Brant O'Banion makes his home in Parker, South Dakota now. Originally from right here in Norfolk. Here we go. 8 laps your distance. Good start as they'll hustle them down into 1. Updahl looking for the lead, but look at Hansen around the outside. So Nebraska going to lead down the back straightaway into turn 3. Here comes Ryan Bickett to the outside of Dylan Updahl as Hansen goes way up the racetrack. Nearly 4 wide off of turn number 4 as Ryan Bickett scoots through into the race lead. Updahl works the bottom of the racetrack. That leaves the top side open for the 20 of Brant O'Banion and a former A-Main winner here. Up to the second spot in the 20 machine. Bickett washes up the racetrack. Here comes O'Banion for the race lead, and he's got it with 2 in and 6 to go. Brant O'Banion on a mission, started 5th. He is your race leader, and now he'll let that line out, pulling away, but he slips up here in turn number 4. Bickett closing back in. Bickett closes in. Updahl still running in 3rd. Rick Hansen now 4th. And Bramer in the 5th position. Bramer going to work on Hansen in turn number 1. Can't get there. Hansen strong on the top. He's got a big run here off of turn number 2. And the 36 of Hansen gets by the 2 of Updahl into turn number 3 for position number 3. They race side by side off of 4. Now down the front straightaway. They remain wheel to wheel as they go back to 1. Dylan Updahl on the bottom, Rick Hansen on the top shelf. Hansen very strong at the exit of turn number 2. He'll pull away from Updahl, who tries to come back after him here in the much slicker on the top side, turn number 4. Updahl working well on the bottom of 4, but Hansen holds on to that 3rd spot. 3 pack of cars now racing 3rd, 4th, and 5th all together as they'll come to 2 laps to go. Brant O'Banion continues to show the way over Ryan Bickett. The interval with 2 to go is 1.8 seconds between 1st and 2nd. Meanwhile, that race for 3rd, 4th, and 5th remains fierce. Here comes Updahl back to the inside of Hansen. Can't quite get there, and now we may have pressure from the 13V of Bramer. White flag is out final time around the speedway for the 20 of O'Banion. They're 3 wide for the 3rd spot off of turn number 4 as Brant O'Banion, he's going to be glad he wasn't back there dealing with that. He's way out front. He's way out to the checkered. Brant O'Banion wins that heat race. Bickett goes to the 2nd spot. For 3rd, it's going to be Bramer in the 13V. Updahl finishes 4th, and Hansen in the 5th spot. Well, how about it? He grew up right here in Norfolk, and he comes from last to win heat race number 3, the 20 of Brant O'Banion. 2nd place run to the 17B of Ryan Bickett, 13V Seth Bramer in 3rd, the 2 of Dylan Updahl 4th, and 36 Rick Hansen crosses in 5th. We are the Property Solutions of America Midwest Sprint Touring Series, the best in the Midwest since 2015, ready to do battle here at the Off Road Speedway. Now, for those of you with a seat in the capacity crowd, we ask you that you find that seat. Sit back and enjoy 25 laps for $2,000. Off Road Speedway, it's time to get it on with the Property Solutions of America Midwest Sprint Touring Series. We're green. Ferreira's going to lead him through the first set of turns with O'Banion. Oh, we've got trouble in turn one. Trent Roth sideways, and the yellow's going to come out. Yellow lights are on. Club Bundy spinning here in turn three as the rest of the field trying to avoid him. So a pair of incidents here. First on the initial breakout, the 14T of Trent Roth around in turn number one. That would draw the caution flag. And then as they were blowing up, the 77 of John Club Bundy gets loose entering turn number three. He spins around, and we've got two cars around on opposite ends of the speedway here before a lap is counted. The driver of the 10 car, Lincoln Drewis, a relative of Brant O'Banion, who starts in the third spot. Back to green here in turn four, 25 times around. We're green. This time it's Ferreira grabbing the lead. They're four wide deep in the field as the 53 of Dover slipped by three other cars. Ferreira's going to bring us off of turn number four, and the 45 leads lap number one, 24 to go. The 82 of Jason Martin up to that second spot. O'Banion, then Lutz running 3 and 4. And here comes Dover around the outside of Lincoln Drewis and into the top 5. Drivers using all different grooves here early on in this one. Ferreira on top. He'll bag the wall. The leader is going around on the back straightaway, and the red lights are going to come on around the racetrack as Monty Ferreira got into the wall at the exit of turn 2. Monty Ferreira in car 45, your initial leader. He jumped the cushion at the exit of turn number 2, got into the concrete on the outside of the speedway. The car spun around, went onto its side, and then back on all 4 tires. Your Off Road Speedway safety crew on the scene where the 45 of Monty Ferreira sits against the wall on the back stretch, and we have a red flag condition. 23 laps to go. We go green here in turn number 4, single file, until the green flag waves that all bets are off. The hitman, Jason Martin, brings us back to racing. We're green. Look at this, 3 cars battle it out into turn number 1. Eric Lutz, big drive on the bottom. He's got the second spot. Ryan Bickett takes the 4th spot, and here comes the 53 of Dover into the top 5 once again. Chuck McGilvery onto the move. The Hall of Famer up to the 6th spot in the 101. Lutz running in the 2nd spot. O'Banion and Bickett on the bottom following him as the 53 of Dover goes top shelf hunting here off of turn number 4. Bickett going to work on O'Banion for the 3rd spot down here in turn number 1. Bickett's got the drive on the bottom side of the speedway. Looks like rubber down there on the bottom of 1 and 2. And now here comes the 53 of Dover into the 4th spot. He slips up the racetrack. O'Banion trying to grab some grip on the inside and come back after him. That's exactly what he does. O'Banion back into the 4th spot. Dover's going to go rip the lip here through 3 and 4, cuts it down off of Bickett 1 and 2, cuts it down. He'll go to the bottom here in 3 and 4. Your race leader, the 82 of Jason Martin, leads over the 5 of Eric Lutz by 7/10 of a second with some lap traffic looming. About a half straightaway in front of your race leaders, and they're closing in very, very quickly on traffic. So here comes the 5 of Eric Lutz after the 82 of Jason Martin, side by side at the line as they go back into 1. Martin has the top line, and he will have the lead, and that allows Bickett to come into this. Now Bickett's going to get by Lutz, goes to the top, and Bickett into position number 2. Top 4 cars bunch up here off of turn number 4. Rubber definitely starting to come in on the bottom side of the racetrack with 17 to go. Top 5 of all changed lines down to the bottom side of the speedway. That is where they're going to want to be. Martin misses it a little bit. Bickett closing in. Long way to go in this one. If rubber's coming in already, these drivers got to start to think about tire conservation. Dust in the air disappearing. Lap times picking up 100% guaranteed with those 2 factors. Rubber's down on the bottom side of the racetrack. $14 laps to go when we cross the line right here for the Nickel Construction car number 82. Jason Martin taking over the lead at lap number 3. He hasn't looked back since, but there is traffic in front of your race leaders And when the track conditions get like this, that can be a big time factor because passing is going to be at a premium, because grip is at a premium. They've only got a couple of feet on the racetrack that's sticky. The rest of it, they'll just spin their tires and lose ground. They'll make noise, but they won't go anywhere if they get out of that sticky rubber that's laying in on the bottom side of the speedway. Martin going to go to work. He'll go to the 14T of Trent Roth to his inside. He'll clear him as they go into turn 3. Roth through the middle of the speedway, going to give way to the 17B of Ryan Bickett. Jack Dover just snuck to the inside of Eric Lutz. The 53 steals the 3rd position. Lutz now in 4th with the 20 of O'Banion right behind him. Cars laying over on the right side. Grip coming in as Ryan Bickett 3 car lengths off of your race leader. 10 to go. Coming up on the 7K of Mike K is the 82 of Jason Martin. Here comes a 53 of Dover. He's at the tail tank of the 17B of Bickett. Drivers still have to play the mental game here. Martin missed the rubber getting into turn number 3. Bickett closed in momentarily, but Ryan Bickett 17B getting very, very tight. Here comes Dover. He throws caution to the wind and goes to the top side in turn number 1. Does not pay off. Bickett, big drive down the back straightaway, goes to the outside of Jason Martin looking for the 2nd spot. Bickett sliding up the racetrack. Here comes Dover to the inside, smokes the tire, and takes over position number 2 with 7 to go. Bickett still on the top side of the speedway, and here comes the 5 of Lutz after him as the 53 of Dover all over the 82 of Jason Martin. Smoking the tires, and yellow is out. Yellow is out. Trouble in turn 2. The cone is on the racetrack in turn 2. Yellow flag over the speedway. Debris by the name of a cone over there in turn number 2, and the yellow lights come on around the racetrack. Under MSTS rules, it doesn't matter who hit a cone. There are no debris penalties. And so we will line them up for a shootout here tonight for $2,000 with 7 laps to go. 7 times around the Off Road Speedway remain. A $2,000 check awaits one of these competitors. Who will it be? Let's find out. Back to green. Here comes the 13B of Seth Bramer trying to get in the top 5. He'll do so, and Jody Rosenboom into the 6th spot as we battle for the lead. Martin's going to prevail in that side-by-side battle. 6 to go. Trouble turn 3, and the yellow lights are on. Trouble in turn 3. Oh boy. Trouble in turn 3. Rick Hansen sits sideways and stalled over there in the 3rd turn. We go back under the caution now with 6 laps remaining. Jack Dover pulls up alongside Jason Martin and again says, hello, how you doing? Jason Martin brings us to the restart into turn 4. About 500 people with their cameras ready to go as we're back to green. Great restart for the top 2. Martin missed the bottom a little bit getting into turn number 1. Dover had to get on the brakes, had the left front locked. Top 2 pulling away from the rest of the field as they go to turn 3. They'll come off of turn number 4. They'll get the signal. 5 laps to go. Clabundi slips up the racetrack. Dylan Opdahl and Lincoln Drewis going to gain spots on that mishap. Ryan Bickett off the bottom off of turn number 2. Brant O'Banion charges to the 3rd spot. The 82 of Jason Martin, he has decided, I'm going for it. He is hammered down around this racetrack. There is 0% conserving going on right now in the Nickel Construction car number 82 as he lifts the left front tire. Looked like a modified coming off of turn number 4. Jack Dover scorching the right rear tire all the way through 1 and 2. Smoke in the air. Here we go. Turn number 4. Dover on the gas. Green. Tips in the air. 2 to go. More smoke from the right rear of Dover. Into turn 3, Jason Martin, Jack Dover, and there goes the right rear. Jack Dover's right rear is gone as they come to the white flag. Yellow lights are on. Yellow lights come on. Right rear tire blows on the 53 of Jack Dover. He had been absolutely scorching that right rear tire, trying to chase down the 82 of Jason Martin. For several laps, it gave up going into turn 3. Now the rest of the competitors got to start to worry, what is my right rear going to do with 2 laps to go? We'll see who else could potentially have tire trouble. The plot thickens as we come to the green. Bickett, great restart, gets to the outside of O'Banion down the front straightaway, but will it stick? O'Banion trying to come back after Bickett. Bickett's got the second spot, and now he's got a big drive coming after the 82 of Martin in turn 3. They all 3 wheel it off of turn number 4. Incredible. I've never seen sprint cars look like that. Backstretch, final time, into turn number 3. Jason Martin off of turn number 4. The Hitman wins $2,000 at the Off Road Speedway. There's your finish from tonight's Property Solutions of America Midwest Sprint Touring Series A feature event. And leading 22 laps here tonight, your winner will be Jason Martin. He'll be coming pit side or track side. 17B, Ryan Bickett, great move there at the end. He'll go second. The 20 of Brant O'Banion third. 13B, Seth Bramer from very deep in the field will place in the 4th spot. How deep? He started 15th and passed 11 spots to place in position number 4. Great run there for Seth Bramer. Finishing in the 5th spot was Chuck McGilvery in car number 101. Jody Rosenboom gains 11 spots. The 14 will finish in 6th. Dylan Opdahl 7th in car number 2. Lincoln Drewis was 8th. Mike Kay finishes 9th. And on top is Jason Martin here at the Off Road Speedway. Martin going to come down off the wing. Great style points for the wing dance as Brant O'Banion congratulates your feature winner here tonight. Lincoln Drewis 8th, Mike Kay 9th. Jack Dover comes back to finish 10th. Rick Hansen, John Clabundi 11th and 12th. Eric Lutz 13th. Trent Roth in 14th. Pendergast, Ferreira, Ledger, your finishing order here tonight. Second career win with the Property Solutions of America Midwest Sprint Touring Series for the driver in front of you from Liberal, Kansas, the nickel construction car number 82 of Jason Martin.